Hey Rebels, and welcome back to another video. It is your Lifestylist K, your secure woman mentor. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. I am a certified life coach and I help women unlearn the lies of toxic love, heal and rebel so they can live the life that they truly deserve. And we talk about healing in fashion and all the things underneath the deep dive of soul healing so we can avoid toxic relationships moving forward because what we deserve it all. We deserve peace, love, and happiness.
Day in, day out, pleading strangers for help. Don't dwell upon this thought right now.
And today I want to talk about 3 signs that you're healing, but it doesn't feel like it. You might think that you're stuck or even moving backwards. But what if I told you that those messy, emotional, uncomfortable moments are actually proof that you're healing? I know it doesn't feel good. And one thing that I always say is that healing isn't fun. And healing isn't easy because one thing we know for sure, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. Everyone would be right here listening, trying to figure out how can I heal my wounds in order to be a better version of myself. And so today I'm breaking down 3 signs that you're making progress in this healing journey, even though it may not feel like it just yet. So let's dive in. The first thing is you're feeling more and not less. See, as you journey through this process of healing, your ability to feel more becomes more intense. You think that it'll be the opposite, like you'll feel less, you won't, um, it'll start to die down and you won't care as much. But unfortunately, if you've ever heard that saying, it gets worse before it gets better, and that's usually how healing processes through. You feel worse before you feel better. One thing about healing is that it usually stirs up old wounds, old emotions before it soothes them. Because what I like to think of it is that so you won't forget what you've experienced, is taking its time, remembering all the hurt and pain so you can really dive deep and truly get to the root and heal it so you won't have to experience it again. And this is one reason it is important for you to take your time and truly heal. Because when you're just jumping from one relationship to another, to one friendship to another, whatever it is that has caused you pain, when you don't allow yourself that process to heal, oh, it's most definitely gonna come back every single time. Healing the healing journey is taking you through the process of really understanding the lesson that you were needing to learn through the hurt that you have experienced. So when you take the time, that healing journey, I know it's going to sound weird, but that healing journey is your final test, right? And you don't want to dump it right before you get through this test. You want to keep going. You want to do the work so that you can come out victorious. So part of that process is crying more, feeling triggered even more than before, or even feeling off, like you're just not yourself. All of these emotions are actually your mind and body finally processing what you have once suppressed. This is just part of your healing process of feeling more and not less. You want to feel it. I know some people like they don't want to feel. They don't want to feel the pain. They don't want to feel the hurt. But I'm telling you, the way to reach your destination to from going from healing to healed is to feel what you need to feel in order to do the work that is needed. We don't want to stay in a healing process, in a healing mind frame. We want to process that healing in this journey so we can reach a healed. Now, granted, we're always going to be left with scars, and that's okay. But when you stop prematurely when it comes to this healing process, it can cause you to experience even more pain on top of the pain that you have failed to heal. So feel it in order to release it. And number two is that you're setting boundaries even if it feels awkward. I know the feeling all too well. These boundaries are here to protect you, to keep you from consistently falling into a cycle of toxic situations that you're better than. And I know setting boundaries feels awkward because you're not used to doing it, but you have to get used to doing it. Either you get used to setting boundaries or you get used to consistently being hurt, being misused, being mistreated, being mishandled. So the choice is up to you. And so understanding that your no's distance you from people who are draining, distance you from people who just want to use you for the things that you have to offer. Saying no is a boundary. As uncomfortable as it may be for you to say no, you have to preserve yourself as well. Feeling uncomfortable, especially when you are asserting your needs, right? And when you become uncomfortable asserting your needs, that just means that you are growing stronger in your boundary setting, even if it's scary, even if it's lonely, because you have to be prepared. People will literally stop talking to you because of the boundaries you set for yourself. But understand this, their rejection is your protection. I think if we thought about how someone's rejection is more of a protection from us and less of a rejection, we can get over things faster and easier. As much as you might feel like a person was meant for you or you need them or it could have been this or it could have been that, the reality is that their rejection was protecting you from the BS they were getting ready to throw your way. Because if we're honest with ourselves, a lot of the situations, toxic situations that we find ourselves in is because we fail to listen to ourselves. We fail to see the flags that were red. We fail to stop. We went straight past, running red lights all the way because of the desperation of wanting something that we did not need instead of waiting on the things that we deserve. And last but not least, you know that you are growing when you are questioning old patterns. And what that looks like is noticing red flags faster and not just noticing them, but realizing that that's a non negotiable for me. So I'm going to exit left. I'm going to go ahead and save myself the trouble because I've seen this before and I know that I deserve better than this. Also, as you're growing, you'll feel the need to break old cycles, old thought patterns. You become more positive about what you know you deserve, as opposed to just settling for whatever someone is giving you. And honestly, what you're feeling, those urges to break those cycles, when you realize patterns from old relationships that you've tolerated in the past, and you're like, ooh, this is familiar and this doesn't feel good, this is you growing even when it's uncomfortable. Because it will be uncomfortable because prior you've seen these things and you've pushed them to the side. Now, these same things that you have experienced is now attached to wounds, is is attached to pain. So when you see it, you remember that wound, you remember that pain, and you're like, hold up, no, this isn't going to work for me. I deserve better than this. This is too familiar. And I think I'm just going to sit this one out this time because you don't want to consistently over and over again experience the same type of pain because you are not listening to yourself. So let it be uncomfortable, but move even when it feels uncomfortable. One thing about healing, it's rarely pretty. It is rarely pretty. And I know people like to make healing look pretty. And at some stage or some point within your healing journey, you will find yourself and be the gracious, lovable person that you once was. But healing isn't linear. So you'll have your moments, you'll have your days, you'll have those times when you are just not your best. But that's you going through that process of feeling those old wounds, feeling those pains, because we have to feel in order to heal. If you're not feeling it, you're not healing it. So, as you're feeling everything deeply, as you're questioning everything that you used to settle for, and choosing yourself even when it's hard, you're not failing. This is you growing. This is you realizing. This is you becoming. You are transforming. And I want you to remember that. As you're healing, you're transforming, you're becoming exactly the person you deserve to be. So I want you to keep going because every step, you're closer than you were before. So if this resonated with you, please drop a heart below and tell me which one of these resonates with you more. Which one out of these three have you worked on the most? Have you kind of gradually moved on from one to two to three? Like, where are you in your healing journey? I want to hear from you below, and I'll see you on the next video.